has there been any programs or things within agriculture that has really helped propel kind of your passion within the industry?
Well, for one, being a farm kid, I feel like in the state of Montana, any farm kid has at least heard about Farmers Union Camp, and it's Montana Farmers Union. So any farm kid, like, I feel like knows about Montana Farmers Union Camp. It's a camp from, like, put on by Farmers Union. You learn about all of, like, the aspects of it.
Yes, and that's actually where we met. So you meet amazing people through the camp.
The very first time we met, I was probably, we were just talking about this too, what, 13, 11?
Yeah.
12?
Maybe even younger.
We were very young.
And we had done gymnastics before that, which is so strange.
Is at Farmers Union Camp how we really connected, because we were doing separate classes at gymnastics, so we didn't have the chance to meet until we were at Farmers Union Camp. And we would, like, do kickovers and whatever.
Yes.
All the time in the grass.
You became my best friend because of Farmers Union, so I have Farmers Union to thank for that, for sure.
Oh my gosh. And Farmers Union Camp has been a huge part of, like, my family's lives. Even the ones, my sister and I are the only farm kids in our family. And the McDonald family is huge. It is, I mean, I have 40 family members just on my dad's side.
Wow, that's way different from mine. I have a very small family.
So, like, all of my cousins and I, we would all go to this camp, and it was such a big deal, and it was a huge part of our lives. And I think this is the first year that we don't have a single one of us going, which is wild.
No way.
At one point, there was 9 of us in one camp at teen camp.
That is crazy.
So there was Farmers Union Camp was a huge deal, and I mean, you just learn about agriculture, you learn about the community, you learn, like, you have all these people coming in to talk to you as a group, and I mean, you're doing arts and crafts because it's still a summer camp, and like, but we're learning line dances, and we're learning about livestock, and we're learning about, like, all of, like, how co-ops work and all of these different things.
Exactly.
Just the industry of agriculture, which is so broad. People don't understand. And then FFA. I went to school in Fort Benton from 5th grade on, and we didn't have an FFA chapter my freshman year, but my sophomore year we got an ag teacher for the first time since, like, the 70s. So we reinstated the FFA chapter in 2017, I believe. Yes, the fall of 2017 we reinstated a chapter, and I was an officer for all 3 years, the remaining years of high school.
That's so fun.
So I was a vice president for 2, and then I was the reporter for my senior year. So much fun. I mean, there's nothing like FFA kids. I mean, you get your FFA kids that are there just to get out of school, don't get me wrong, but the kids that are actually super into it are awesome. As coming from a farm kid stance, whereas my sister, she is not in FFA. She wants nothing to do with it, but she loves being out in the field. And I think it just goes, like, who you are as a person.
I wasn't in FFA, but I do wish I was, because it's an amazing program.
Unless you were, like, die hard for it in high school, I feel like, or, like, at the time. I mean, you can be in FFA up until, college level, depending on where you are. And I obviously didn't make it that far because I didn't technically go to college. I went to trade school. But there's so many things that you can do with FFA. I mean, there's business, there's marketing, there's sales, if you want to be out in the field, I did agronomy. So agronomy is seeds and, like, everything to do with literally everything farming.
I mean, it's fascinating. Oh, and FFA stands for Future Farmers of America, and you do not need to be involved in agriculture to be a part of it.
No, but fun fact, they actually changed that in the 80s. So it's no longer Future Farmers of America, it's just FFA.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Everybody associates it with that, but that actually, it did change in the 80s. I'm pretty sure it was the 80s.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Late 80s, early 90s. I'm not 100% sure. 2 80s. But yeah, so everybody says Future Farmers of America, but they didn't want to exclude anybody who wasn't technically a farmer. So they wanted to make it more of a broad. So
I love that. And that's something that's great about Montana Farmers Union Camp as well, is your kids don't have to have any sort of agriculture background or your family to be able to go there. And I think that we grew up on farms, but a lot of the kids we went to camp with had no background, and we're learning that for the first time.
I would honestly say probably 3/4 to almost like 7/8 of the kids were not farm kids, did not come from an agricultural background at all. I mean, maybe some of them didn't live in town, and so they had that aspect of growing up with maybe a longer driveway.
Or agriculture around them, but never
involved, or never had the opportunity to be involved until
opportunity to learn about agriculture. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're okay. I just have to wait until it finishes dribbling out. Thank you.
Oh, I love that. The thank
Everybody
you's the
always
best part.
responds too. So if
Aw.
they say, "Is that okay?" and you say, "Yep," and they go, "Thank you," and you have to say, "Okay," or like, "You're welcome."
Oh, I
something.
love that. Combine etiquette at its finest.
I went to cosmetology school in Boise. You have your Idaho people that were born and raised, diehard Idaho people, and then you have the people that moved to Idaho, and you know exactly who was a transplant and who was not, because your diehard Idaho people who are born and raised there, they will tell you all about the agriculture of it. The
Really?
people that are transplants, even if they moved there at 2-3 years old, they couldn't tell you a single thing about it.
No way.
Yes, it is so weird.
And I've had a similar experience in Montana actually, is even though we're such a large agricultural state and there's agriculture all around, even the cities really, so few people know about where their food comes from, anything about the crops, farming,
The equipment even.
exactly.
When I was in Boise, another thing, well, even in Montana, I have people who didn't necessarily grow up in the background. They would see a combine going down the road, and this is a big thing that I see on TikTok, and I don't mean to be the stereotypical, like, you don't know what you're talking about, but you don't know what you're talking about, because there's a great difference between Allie's tractor and this combine, and this is to them is a tractor.
Oh yes, I know,
Where, I
exactly.
mean,
it's frustrating to look
Technically,
at that.
it could be, but, I mean, there's a large difference in that.
Yes, and the fact that you're consuming the products that we're spending our lives growing and producing, and generations of our families have produced, it's shocking that some people don't know the origins of those products.
Yes, and like crops, essentially, like even that. I mean, even me driving down the road, where I had to name 30 different crops in FFA, 30 to 60.
Oh,
So-
wow, that's definitely more than I can name.
I probably couldn't do it now, but like driving down the road, you have a hard time differentiating between, like, this is wheat, this is barley, like in the early stages and everything. You know what I mean? And then there's like people who see a field and they go, "Oh, there's a field, it's a wheat field." And it could be corn, it could be peas.
Yeah, it's awful.
And it just, people that don't understand where their food comes from. There were several girls in beauty school where they heard that I came from a farm, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, do you have cows?" I'm like, "No." But then they would
just assume.
they would just assume that we had cows, and I'm like, "Okay, well, for one, no." But they don't understand that food isn't grown in the grocery store. Like, we produce everything.
Yes.
That comes from the grocery store.
And just as we've been talking, have been harvesting tons and tons of wheat that
Yeah.
will make so many loaves of bread and different products.
Pastas
And pastas, yes.
like everything, like all sorts of things. I'm not entirely sure what this variety of wheat is good for, but I remember one year, actually the last year that my dad was farming, in 2017, we had durum for the first time, which is a variety of winter wheat.
For pasta, it's mostly used.
Specifically for pasta, and it's very yellow, and so that's where like pasta gets that very yellow color from, is from that wheat, which is so weird to me.
I know, it's really neat to see that. But it's, especially with our generation growing up on social media, that's something that I can't really discuss with my family because they don't understand that. I mean, all their friends grew up on farms. They don't get that the world doesn't know where everything comes from.
Don't have a clue. And I mean, people drive out of town like a minute or two, and they live in the country, which is wild to me. Like, what I consider living in the country and what they consider living in the country
Are completely
so
different.
Crazy. Yes, all the people, like all of my friends, they say, "Oh my gosh, we have 30 acres." 30 acres? Wow. Like
How big is this field?
this field itself, I think is around 400.
Exactly.
420.
That gives an example.
And we've cut almost all, like we've cut 100 acres. Just me. With Dave, we've cut 200 of these 420 acres
Today, in one day of harvest.
We've already moved fields 3 different times today.
So
we've had been in 2 other ones.
that's what we view as country. That's what I view
Yes.
anyway.
Whereas like, and I mean, it's not necessarily like the dirt road, but it's where you're not polluted by other people, I
you're my neighbor.
Yeah,
And how far do we live away from each other?
Probably close to 20 miles.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We talk about that all the time, and people don't understand that, like, outside of an agriculture, like a rural community, we will say people are our neighbors that live in, like, Carter. When Carter's 25 miles away, we're like, oh, you know, my neighbor, like, these girls that I went to high school with that were in my class from 5th grade on, they're our neighbors. And they live in Carter, like, the other side of Carter.
Oh, that's crazy. I love that. And I mean, the community, the rural agricultural community is like no other. I mean, we're so tight-knit, close. Our families have known each other for 4 generations.
And we didn't know that either until we were so we met at Farmers Union Camp.
Yes.
We didn't know that we went to gymnastics oh my gosh. We didn't know we went to gymnastics with each other until we were on a competition team together.
Yes.
And then that's when we figured out, I think, like, our first banquet, our first end of season banquet, our parents were talking, and they go, oh my gosh, we actually farm near each other.
Yeah.
And they've known each other for how long?
We had been friends for 5 years, and we had no idea we were neighbors. Our family had known each other for generations.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad knows your dad.
Our grandpas knew each other.
Exactly.
For Lord knows how long. We just so tight knit, and then that was just another thing that we had to talk about at gymnastics.
100%. And then I'm like, wow, we actually relate so much.
On so many levels. We've been friends since we were so young, and like getting to this point now where you're off to university and I have already graduated.
You're off
from a
doing
trade
amazing
school.
things.
Yeah. And we get to just be out here and take a break from the world, like
Yes.
the fast-paced world, and come out and just be farming.
That's what I love about harvest time. It's like nothing else I've ever experienced in my life.
It is so stressful, but at the same time, it is so rewarding. I mean, you can't really tell right now, but like the sunsets even is my favorite part of the day. We get
Me
to the
too.
nighttime.
They're so
They're
beautiful.
so beautiful, so bright. Let me pull up some pictures because they are my favorite things. Oh, the rainbows that we've had the last couple days.
They've been so nice.
Beautiful. I don't know if you can see it on camera.
Oh my gosh. That is spectacular. Yeah, you can see it.
Some of them, they're so bright.
Oh my goodness.
So cool.
Beautiful.
Actually, I was looking today. My 1 year ago today, exactly to the day, my cousin from Utah came and rode with me. And these were the rainbows exactly a year ago today.
Oh my gosh.
So there's a whole, let me swipe through. But
spectacular.
just stunning, so beautiful.
I mean, remarkable.
The stuff that we get to see, like the sunsets, there's just
That's an awesome
insane.
picture. Oh my gosh.
We had gotten rained out that day. Yes, so many people, like, they don't have the opportunity to just, you look outside and it's so flat. I mean, in the area that we live in, the sunsets are second to none. There's nothing quite like them.
I always explain that to people at university and no one understands. And I actually had a friend come out this year and he was like, that is absolutely insane. Anything that the sun touches in Montana.
My cousin is here from Illinois and she's been riding with me all week. And she goes, I totally understand why they call this the Big Sky State now. And she's 14 years old. She's only been up here once every summer for they haven't been up here really that much. They come up every 4th year. But she comes up and she's riding and she's just looking around and she's like, the sky is so big. It just goes on forever. And
It's
so
amazing.
Cool.
It's amazing. Oh my gosh.
So beautiful.
And I mean, it's so fun to drive combine on the land that you know that your great grandfather homesteaded in this modern day equipment. That's what baffles me.
You drive around and you see like the coolies full of all of their old equipment and you just don't understand how they did it. And like larger scaled farms where they had all this land and they had to do it and like
incredible to just imagine and think about.
So crazy.
And the fact that we're in the position today that we are girls driving combines. I mean, it's awesome.
It is crazy.
You're the only other girl I know who drives combine.
There were a
at all.
couple girls in my class that actually drove combine for their parents' farms.
Really?
Yes. So the set of twins that we call our neighbors that actually live in Carter that I was talking about a little bit ago, Megan and Mackenzie were in my class, and Megan started driving combine and Mackenzie drove grain cart. And they started that at like 7th or 8th grade, and I was like,
fun.
no way, I'm only allowed to swap.
I love that those are what the fights are about.
Yes. The farm kid like scraps. I'm gonna one up you because I drive this.
Exactly. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back to my dad and say I need an X9.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll go for it though.
He might. You never know. Tell him all about the fridge. He'll be all for it.
He was saying to me, I was telling him I was gonna do this video. He's like, make sure Shelby shows you the fridge, Kate.
Yes. The fridge is like, we have a garbage can over here, which you can't see, but Brody is so, let me see if I can move my seat. There's
No
a
way.
garbage can that you can
my
actually
gosh.
take out, like it comes out.
That is so
They
cool.
really thought of a lot of things.
And I mean, let's talk about the leather interior.
Yeah, leather seats, and now I have it all crooked because it won't latch down. There we go. But like leather, it's heated and cooled, so I have my cooled seat going because I am a hot person. But I mean, and they're actually really comfortable. And the
They
buddy
look
seats
super
really
comfortable.
aren't. But I mean, if we take the
No,
plastic
this
off,
is
though,
more than comfortable for me.
They're not great, but they are so much better than like what I grew up in.
Oh
Like
yeah.
the fabric ones.
That's what I drive. Unfortunately, I can't offer you the same nice accommodation when you
okay.
come for a ride with me.
I will just be happy as a clam to spend time with you, so I will not be complaining at all.
Oh my gosh, I see your header tilt over here on the screen.
So this little guy tells us at what angle the header is sitting right now, and so I can adjust it with these buttons right here, left and right, and it'll wiggle itself around.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. This is our height of our stubble right now.
No way.
So I can adjust it with this little clicker, and if I drop it to 3, which it'll change on here,
does that mean
it'll drop it lower. Did you see it move? And I'm gonna pop it back up to 2 now because that's where we want it at, so we don't catch rocks. But
and
2.5, please.
what does 2 mean?
2 is just this the button, the header height that I have it set
Oh, okay.
to. Oh, it's starting to rain again.
Oh my gosh.
Here comes Allie. She's such a trooper.
Fully. I think grain cart is a very tough job.
It is so tough. Allie has been driving combine like as my backup when I was gone because I had a lot of medical issues the last couple years, so I'd have to be gone for doctor's appointments a lot and fly to Salt Lake, so I'd be gone for a couple days at a time, and she would be my fill-in. And when the Jewel said, oh, we actually want you to drive grain cart this year, she freaked out for like 10 days straight.
Really?
Panicked. I'm not qualified for this. And she's 17 years old and kicking butt, and she does better than half of the guys that I've ever seen drive grain cart.
That's how it is. Montana farm girls do it better. You heard it here
Girls
first.
do so much better, and we're a lot more careful, and we put our ego aside if stuff breaks.
Oh, exactly. And that's something my dad and my whole family realized my first year driving combine. Wow, Kate actually does
And you
okay
pay
at this.
attention.
100%.
I feel like the guys get really caught up in other stuff, and they don't pay attention as much.
I agree with you there.
A lot of things can go haywire very quickly.
Yeah.
You would be like, so many people would be surprised. Thank you.
Hopefully you don't get rained out for tomorrow.
I hope not. I didn't know that it was supposed to rain. I thought it was just supposed to be cloudy all day. So
I mean, the only time we get rain in Montana is during harvest time when we don't need it.
seriously, I mean, without fail, without fail.
Fully. Something else that we 100% love is John Deere equipment.
Yes.
We're
All of
John
the
Deere girls.
through and through since the day I was born. Oh, I think I just plugged it.
Oh no!
Hold on. We might have to back up for a second and let this thing sorted somehow. There we go.
The amount of wheat.
I have yet to plug one. With
Oh
wheat.
my goodness.
Anyways,
I'm shocked
I don't
at how
know
much
what just happened.
wheat was going through there.
That was crazy. I don't know what that was about. That was super random. Again, we just sit here and babysit all day.
Yeah, gosh.
you would being covered in the chaff and the dust gets super itchy. That's,
Yes.
I don't mind being dirty, but it's the chaff that's itchy. That is rough.
And barley is the worst.
Oh my goodness. But back to the John Deere thing.
Yes, yes.
I was born in the middle of harvest. My mom rode around the semi with my dad all day in labor, and then I was born that night.
A true farm girl.
So true farm girl. Like the day I was born, literally middle of harvest. But we've had John Deere everything in terms of combines. We've had MacDon swathers, but
We have
those are-
MacDon swathers as well. They're good swathers.
They are great, and all the people, like all of the companies that are associated with MacDon are awesome. We have had our tractors for our grain cart was a case, but all of our custom cutting crews that come from, we had one from Canada, two from Canada actually, and they were all case combines, which it must be a bigger deal up there, the cases.
I think so, because we don't have a true dealership for them. I mean, we just have one in Great Falls that sells them, but it's not like a case operated
no, it's
dealership.
not specific. Yeah, case is a huge thing supposedly in Canada with those guys, with at least the custom cutting crews, because I feel like the majority of them, that's all that they run.
Yeah.
And
We have a couple John Deere custom cutting crews around too.
here,
Yeah.
are they from Canada though?
Texas.
Oh, so the ones that we always had were from Canada, and they always had
Okay.
cases, die-hard cases, which was wild.
Interesting.
But they were always the ones that caught on fire. We never had any issue.
Yes, exactly. That John Deere Superior.
Although I do have a bone to pick with John Deere because my combine, my X9, caught on fire twice last year and melted out the wiring harnesses both times.
No.
Yes, Brody. I had Brody in my lap, and he was 8 at the time, and he was just running stuff
And Brody's the son of the
head out here.
yes.
He was 8 years old, and I was like, Brody, you want to drive? And he goes, yeah, I want to drive. So I stuck him in my lap, and I'm teaching him what to do. And so he'd been driving, and we started smelling smoke. And I'm like, what in the world? And I mean, it was really smoky because the fires were really, really bad last year anyway. They were horrible. We had no water. And so we get out,
Yeah,
and I'm
complete
looking
drought.
around, and I'm like, Dave, can you please come make sure I'm not crazy? So we're looking at the exhausts and stuff. And the radiator blows itself out, which I also am not a huge fan of. That is one thing that is not a huge perk.
I mean,
And
you
it
don't have to
blows
blow
its-
your radiators out in the
I mean,
morning?
you have to blow them out, but every 90 minutes you'll hear it go poof, and like blow them out from the inside, but it blows it right into the exhaust. So it's a huge
I would be so frustrated.
Yes, that has been super annoying. But I really do like them. They're great. Seriously, get some stuff done. Last year, Dave and I cut 500 acres in a day. It was insane.
No way.
Yeah, the most that we've cut in a day here this year, I think, was like 350.
Wow. And how fast can you drive with these? Can you go faster than maybe the older ones?
Yes, you definitely can, and they perform better the harder you push them.
Really?
So when it starts to get tough, if you push them a little bit, they actually do better, and you can go faster because it'll like relax itself out. And I don't know how it officially works. You'll see your tailing start to come up in that center bar, and when that starts to come up, if you push it just a little bit, it'll actually like lower your
That's the
energy
opposite to what I do.
for the motor. Yeah, I mean, it's common sense, right, to slow down. But with the X9s, like, you can hear it starting to work. So these are going to pop up really quick, and then we're going to push it a little bit to like 2.8, and it'll do better. It'll come down.
No way.
So this is our power meter for the like how hard the engine's working right now. And if I push this a little bit, it'll come down. It's not doing it right now. I think it's getting tough for nighttime, so we might actually have to slow it down. But when it gets chewy and tough, it really has a hard time. Like, especially at night, where it's just, we've had a little bit of rain, so it's just what it is.
Yeah.
But with the S790s, when I had just that one and Dave and Matt had the S780s, I could outrun them. I was pushing them on their butt the whole time.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. You can seriously get some grain cut. These bad boys.
And then all of your combines and your grain cart, they all talk to each other through this system. I'm not at all aware of the technology.
Well, the combines at least can communicate back and forth. So this is my line. Any of the dark blue is what my header has been on for, and this is what Dave's has been on for. And if we were to get closer, which I don't have the ability to speed up, but when he passes us and goes back north, you'll be able to see his combine moving on here, indicated by a black dot.
Okay.
And so you can, it is super cool. Allie on hers also has an auto track, but I'm not sure that she can see our lines.
Okay. That's very cool. And what happens to all of the information? Harvesting the field, the bushels per acre, how much grain the grain cart can...
Yeah, the grain cart has a scale in it that tells you like everything. The way that we calculate, the combines are only so accurate, but the grain cart's actually more accurate than the combines, and all of that information is stored on the iPad in there. But there's an app that all of this goes to that's run by Dave and Kyle, so they can see all of my settings right now and everything happening in the combine, and they can change anything they want at any point
Without being in the combine.
And like troubleshooters, if you're having an issue, like a mechanical issue, you can call them and they will, the outside border of your screen will light up blue. And that means that there's somebody on there and they can do whatever they please.
That is amazing.
I mean, you can kick them off also, but so if somebody just like hacks into your combine.
I would do that with my dad.
Yeah, can you hurry up a little? Beep, beep, beep. Away you go. And it works. It's super cool. We did a class in Conrad through...
Oh yeah, you were telling me combine school.
Yeah, we called it combine school, and we just went, and it was a lot of troubleshooting because there is so many mechanical things. There's so many like sensors and alarms and everything, and it's like check this and check that and make sure that this is okay. But there's so much happening at once. It is insane. Like so many different things are adjusting every second. And it's just crazy to me, like even with the cameras, looking at the grain, this is constantly adjusting. So like it sees that there's debris in our grain right now, so it's trying to work on debris, and that our tailings are dirty, so it's trying to adjust that.
No way.
Yep.
This is so neat. And what do you do with all of this information? Does it help you decide which, I guess, crops to plant the next year? I mean, at the end of the day, how useful is all of this technology?
It's actually super, super useful. You can use it for about anything. I feel like it doesn't necessarily go into the variety versus what to plant, but I mean, all of the John Deere things work together with all of the John Deere things at the end of the day. So sprayer works together to, like, the see and spray thing, like they were talking about, that is super efficient, super handy, where you're not using as much chemical, and then in overall, like, your crops, once it comes to harvest time, you don't have, like, that overspray. Seeding and stuff, they have the craziest things that I don't understand how it works, because I haven't been in their new drill. They've got this new fancy drill they adore and love. But, like, all of those, like, some varieties perform better on different years, so you never know, like, variety-wise what to do. But based on, like, how each of these crops do, based on, like, the seeding and the spraying and whatever, they change it up with their crop rotation. So, like, this is wheat this year, it'll probably be peas next year.
Yeah, for soil.
And then it'll have a rest year. About a week ago, we were harvesting down by my house in a field that should have made 90 bushels. That's what it should have averaged. And half of it got froze, and they couldn't figure out why. Well, they vertical tilled the field directly across the road, and it yielded higher, where it should have yielded less. We expected that one to make 75, and it made like 76, whereas the one that was supposed to make 90 made like 68.
Wow. That's interesting. Then.
One was vertical tilled and the other one was not.
What I'm noticing about the combine is, yes, it's super fancy and has all of these extra additional technology things that I don't completely understand yet. But I mean, the basics are the same. Turning the back of the combine on, the header, like all of the main important buttons I can understand what you're doing.
At the end of the day, it really is really simple. Like, you have your on-offs for everything. And then most of the time, like, the really important stuff, which I mean is adjusting for a clean grain sample, but really the combine will do that for you. So as long as you know how to turn it on and get it rolling, it can do pretty much everything for you.
That's amazing.
It really is simple. At the end of the day, it's just a giant lawnmower. Like, that's what it is.
That's so funny, because my friend Trevor, who came for harvest, said that this is basically like lawn mowing, Kate, and I never heard anyone say that before.
Really? We always would say that during harvest with my dad, because everybody gets worked up. It's a very stressful time. I mean, this is the only time of year that you're getting income, technically.
Yes, and you're spending the, like, huge, a high investment the rest of the year.
Yes, everything is going out the rest of the year, but those 6 weeks, or even 3 for some people, that is the only time you have any income, which technically you don't even get that income. I'm sorry, I shut it off. I didn't mean to. I thought it was done and it was not. You don't have
your radio's cracking up. What's that?
But I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, it's a giant lawnmower. When my dad was farming, a big thing, like, everybody gets worked up because it is so stressful. And like, at the end of the day, what are we doing? We're going out to cut wheat, literally just get it off the ground.
Yeah.
It just needs to get in the bin.
Yes.
Get from point A to point B. And, like, that's as simple as it needs to be. I mean,
exactly.
And that's how life is, though. Like, at the end of the day, you're going to work. What are you accomplishing at work? Well, I'm trying to accomplish ABC. And you don't need to go in and go, oh my gosh, I have all these things to do. It's like, what do you need to do? You need to get your clothes from the floor to the laundry basket, or like
exactly.
those kinds of things. Where farming is that simple. Like, we need to get all this seed in the ground. How do we do it?
Yes.
I'm gonna
break it down into.
We have to close our tops down, so I don't know. Just so water doesn't get in the grain tanks. I don't know. Do you guys tops close down?
No. Why? What? Explain that. What even?
Look at the mirrors up here.
There's no way.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So it's gonna close itself down.
Just when I thought you couldn't surprise me anymore. The whole grain tank closes.
Yes. You can't do if there's grain in it though, because there's an auger in there that folds down. It is pretty cool.
No
So
way.
I'm gonna lock that closed in our auger, actually, because our headers are so big. Our auger's so long that if for road travel, it folds up, like, around the back of the combine.
That is the neatest thing ever.
It is super cool.
I did notice your augers seem extremely long.
They are insane. So if we look at Dave's, like, this little, I don't know, buckle part towards the end, that's where it folds around at, towards the back of the combine. And then the spout also flops down.
That is so neat. So we're ending for the evening.
Yes, we are officially done for today. We have a little under 2,000 acres left.
That's crazy.
We're not even halfway.
Oh my goodness.
But thank you so much for coming out. We had a
Thank you.
ball.
Oh, this was the best. Thank
This
you
has
so
been-
much.
Oh man, all of the stories and the laughs that we've shared today have been like, the
Incredible.
best.
Yes,
So
and we
much
have to
fun.
make this an annual thing now.
Just so you know, I haven't seen Kate in what, 2 years?
Yes, it's been forever.
It's been
but it's one of those
ages.
friendships that you just
You
clicks
pick
immediately.
right back up.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Oh,
my gosh, I'm
100%.
so glad you came out.
Yes.
Thank you.
And
Primarily do hair.
so Shelby is a cosmetologist and does a lot of hair and does beautiful work. Yes.
Not in the combine, but not.
I mean, why not? Because
Yeah.
farm girls can do it all.
Yes. I love to go and be with the boys and like out in the field and ride razors and whatever, but I like to doll up and go to the salon and take care of my ladies.
100%.
It's so much fun.
I couldn't agree more.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe and go follow Shelby. She's
Yes,
amazing.
Please come follow me.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Thank you.